Hi, this is Phyllis. I'm back. I wanted to show you one more time how to box a corner. I've shown you, you want to make sure that your seams meet so that if you stick a pin through this seam, through this line of stitching, it should go straight through the other side, and it missed. So, and the thing that surprised me is it missed where I didn't expect it to miss. There. Now, we've got this point perfectly placed. Then what I do, this is my cheap, because I have this special type of board, I just put that point right there. And see, this diagonal is a 45-degree angle. And so if I put that point right there, I can put this, making sure it's straight. Then I can just take this and mark it through. Now, we're going to get this, I'm just going to do this one box. I'm going to show you this finished boxing this, how I box this corner. And then I'm going to show you what I've done so far. I've got this project is nearly finished. I'm just going to sew straight across that chalk line I made. Put my stitch up to 2.8. This one I had already. This one I had already done. So we're going to sew through that. Now I can show you how far along I am. I didn't want you to have to suffer through all of that with me. Hold on, you're looking at the wrong thing. Here we go. I'm just going to, this is the line, my chalk line. This is my chalk line. This is where I sewed along it. So I'm going to come about 1/4 of an inch away and cut that off. Same here. Ooh. Okay. Now what you see is this is the inside, this is the outside of my lining. And see the pockets there. And I left an opening in the side of the lining because I'm going to end up pulling everything through this opening. I have to, I box these off camera. You box one, you box them all. And I haven't haven't put any effort into this at all. You know, this is probably one of the simplest, easiest things that you can do for somebody is make them a tote bag, and they'll be really very impressed. Now this is plain looking for me. You know what? Do you see how this is acting all bent over like that? Before I finish this up, I'm going to iron this in because, you know, you don't want that kind of a look. If I didn't iron this right now, it would be hard for me to do it after I finished it. I'm just wanting to make sure that I pull this out just to give it a better finished look. I know the iron hasn't had time to heat up, but it's a little warm. Okay, well, since I've got you over here on this light, let me show you here what I'm going to do. I have to stuff this inside of here. And you want to make sure that the handles stay down. Keep the handles tucked in. I'm pretty sure I haven't shown you how to do a tote bag this way. So stick with me. Can you see the handles where I've got the handles here? They're stuck inside. We're going to take care of them later. Okay. What I have to do now is sew Okay, I'm trying to remember. I have to sew this down, but I don't want to sew. Oh yeah, that's right. I can sew all of this down, can't I? That's right. Okay. I got a little bit confused. So now what I've got to do is match these seams up. Come over here and match this seam up. And we're going to sew the top. Now this is one I could benefit using that other sewing machine for, but it's okay. I don't want to have to change the thread. I've got the white thread on this, and I don't want to use black thread. And I don't want to change the thread. So here we go. Can you hear me okay? I'm going to just sew this along 1/4 of an inch along the top, keeping my seam spread open. But I don't start at the seam. I start in the middle. In fact, I think I'm going to start on this right here. A 1/4 of an inch. All the way down. When I get off a little bit, and instead of correcting it, instead of trying to go back, I just lift everything up and move it and get back on track. And yes, I get off track quite often. You know, that's why it's good for us to have the commandments. Sometimes we get off track. Sometimes, if you ever wonder if you're in line with Yahusha, just go over those commandments in your head or out loud. And he will bring you to mind if you've not been in line with his way of thinking. In fact, somewhere it's written, his ways are not your ways. His ways are so much higher than ours, we can't understand what he's thinking. And sometimes we see something going on and we'll say, why is that being allowed to happen? Okay. The time now for the big revealing. Let's see if I've done this right. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to ask Lou to tighten this up. Come on now. Remember this opening I made here? We're going to pull this through it. And voila. There is our finished bag. Now we've got to sew this up. Once we sew this up, we push this around, and then we're going to, oh, shoot. You didn't even get to see that, did you? This came out of the side of this side pocket, all right? It came out of the side pocket. And now I have to sew the side pocket up. So let's take you back over here to the sewing machine and get that baby sewed up. Oh, I really need Lou to fix this. Gosh. I'm just going to give this a little 1/8 of an inch I'll be clipping these threads that are showing, but for right now I just want to get this sewn up. See, I'm just trying to fold this seam in so I can top stitch over it and close it up. Come on now, we can do this. Staying close to the edge to make sure I can catch the seam. Ooh, I made a big seam, didn't I? When you make a big seam like that, it makes it easier to pull your material through, but it makes it harder to close it up. Now let's see how I did. I did well. I just have to clip off these. Oh, oh boy, that thing wants to treat me really bad. But my husband is taking a nap. Okay. Now we're going to push this inside. There's your little pocket inside. Now what I'm doing now is I'm just rolling this around to make sure that the seam, you know, to bring it even. And I'm going to top stitch all the way around the top here, because you don't want it doing that. So we're going to put a top stitch on it. And see how nice the handles turned out? You can't see where they're attached, but they've been sewn over several times. And when I do it, it'll be the third time it's been sewn over. But when I finish this top stitch, you know what? I think I'm going to pin this, because that's acting a little bit ornery. I don't have any pins over here. Oh, there's my pins. Yeah, this guy's acting ornery. I don't want him to be ornery. And especially don't want this to be sticking out like that. Am I still on camera? I'm worried now. I have two things to worry about: whether or not I've gone off camera, or if the tripod dropped the ball. I'm just pinning it right here where the handles are, and to make sure that they stay down flat. Oh, I wish I had blue thread. This would be so pretty with blue top stitching. But you know what? I ran out of thread, if you can believe that. Just one more. We're through with this. This is absolutely done. I have completed this tutorial. I'm just going to make you suffer through watching me top stitch. If for no other reason, just because I want to battle with this thing. All right, look. Oh boy, I'm glad I'm through. Okay. All right, folks, I don't know what to do. You're not going to get to watch me top stitch this. Here, I'm going to bring you way down here. There. You know, there's something I could do instead of top stitching this with this turnout like this, because when you're top stitching a bag, it's really difficult to make sure you don't get the other side of the bag caught up in your sewing. So you want to have the outside on the inside like this, and that way you can tell. That way I can see this. I'm not going to can you see that all right? Yeah, if I have this up here, I know I'm not going to sew over top of it. It's just too easy to catch the thing. Now I'm just going to go just 1/8 of an inch. Okay, just 1/8 of an inch. Sometimes I get a heavy foot. Yeah, tonight is Yom Kippur. I'll be glad to have this project done so I can start fresh. And I really, 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 really want you to put something in the comments. What project would you like to see me do? I'm all out of ideas. If I'm not making something for somebody, I really don't know what to do, because I don't have a way of selling the things that I make. I guess I could sell them on our line, on our store. I guess I could. If you got any ideas of what you'd like to watch me make, please tell me. And you know what? If I don't know how to do it, it gives me a good reason to study. And I will watch, not one, but I will watch several tutorials until I find the easiest way. Because if it's easy, you're more likely to do it. I know I am. I watch tutorials all the time and I think, boy, I'd love to do that. But wow, That's just too many steps. I don't want to touch my thing. I'm afraid it's going to not work. And you can't see me. Oh. Why can't you see what I'm doing? Here we go. Now you can see me. I'm holding it out like this. And there we go. There we have it. Can you see it if it's back here? I think I've got... There you go. See how nice it looks around the top? I've got to clean it up. I've got some threads. There's threads hanging out. Well, I saw them when I was spinning it around. Maybe they fell off. Okay, now you have it. You want to make sure you're... I think she's going to be very happy with that. With this and this baby blanket. In fact, can you see that? Did you see me folding that up? In fact, look what I can do. I can fold this up in such a way that I can put it inside this bag. There you go. Now you have it, a very nice tote bag. Carrying a baby blanket. Yep, I'm going to ship this off to my friend. All right, I love you. Let me know what you'd like to learn. Put it in the comments. I'll put a link to all the other related tutorials to this. Thank you very much. Shalom.